Ah, this is a bad time for my EGBON. Long Bangkok. It's a bad time to be a Nigerian president. It's not a good time. It's not a good time at all. It's not a good time. I the talk I'm say there is a king, we go come be on the throne that will not know Joseph. A king is coming.
In a quarter mile, turn right onto the Washington 512 East, Washington 161 North ramp to Seattle.
That will not even know who Joseph is. Moso, bẹ́ẹ̀ padà ṣẹlẹ̀. Mi ò sọ pé mi wòlíì o. But this is a bad time for my EGBON. I must be honest.
Turn right onto the Washington 512 East ramp.
For him, man. Wọ́n kóra jọ lé nísìn, wọ́n ní wọ́n ṣe national kíní kan pàdé tó máa ń ṣe.
In a quarter mile, merge onto Washington 161 North, Washington 512 East.
Ṣé rí àwọn mo kékeré àwọn tí ẹ̀gbọ́n yẹn kó yíra ká. Ẹ̀gbọ́n mi Tinubu ojú tó yọbọ́ tí ò fọ́. Ọlọ́run ní jẹ́ kán fọ́ ojú ẹ̀ yìí o. And that is why táwọn èèyàn bá ń sọ pé mo gbowó lọ́wọ́ Tinubu kíní kan gbákanwò ẹjọ́ ṣé Fúlàní lẹ fẹ́ kí n support ni? Buhari tó jẹ́ wípé ńgbà tó wá Buhari wá sí Ìbàdàn kó tó di wípé ó di president yìí mi lè gbàgbé meeting yẹn láíláí tó ní wọ́n pa àwọn èèyàn Buhari lọ sí Egypt tó sọ wípé kí everywhere nook and cranny ká máa bọ̀ àwọn Fúlàní Futajalon ní Fúlàní ti wá àwọn Haúsá gan lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ báyìí wọ́n ń kígbe pé àwọn ò kì í ṣe Haúsá Fúlàní láti máa mú ìtànkìtàn wáyé pé èdè lásán ni Haúsá pé kì í ṣe ìran pé kì í pé wọ́n pé oh my God a dẹ̀ ń support ẹ̀dẹ̀ fẹ́ kí n lọ support Fúlàní kò possible now ẹ̀yin náà ẹ wò now kò possible kò sẹ́ni tó ń mọ̀kò lómi lọ́yọ̀ọ́ kò sẹ́ni tó ń wò mí fine but mo fẹ́ kẹ́ ẹ mọ̀ wípé àjọbẹ̀là wa náà ń ṣe díẹ̀ lólè and that is the reason tí mi ní jẹ́ sọ nǹkan tí ò real mi ò ní jẹ́ mú stupid things wa òun mú dẹ̀ jẹ́ ń pariwo pé the best way àwọn tí ẹ̀gbọ́n mi yẹ kó lọ́ọ̀fù jù òun làwọn tó ń sọ̀rọ̀ nípa devolution of power tọ́lẹ̀ ń sọ fún wípé kò sí nǹkan tó fẹ́ fi second time ṣe nítorí second time ẹ wá ń see even the people that just dey join you ẹ̀gbọ́n mi tó ń join ní ẹ lọ́tún lọ́sì tó ń jump party wọn do you think that they love you? They don't love you. Kò sí ìlú tó ti ń ṣe orúkọ bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn òun ò ṣe dúró kó pè ẹ́ ká sọ pé ẹ̀sà ìrísí ta fẹ́ fi join ẹni wípé ọ̀rọ̀ ìpànìyàn ti pọ̀ jù must Muslim be killed nígbà tẹ́ ń change narrative fún Trump must anyone that does not be a Christian should be killed must Asian be killed and the killing you know what the worst part of
use
it
the left lane to take the Washington 161 North Washington 167 South exit toward Milton,
is that
Tacoma.
If these people kill you know what our government will say wọ́n á lọ bẹ̀ wọ́n á kàn sọ̀rọ̀ yánmọ́yánmọ́ ní hundreds ni o kì í ṣe pé wọ́n máa pa èèyàn kan á kàn sọ bígbà tá a bá sọ pé àwọn èkútélé 5 kan ló kàn kú ní ìlú tí mo wà yìí bàbá kò tí ì ju ọdún kan tí ń débí báyìí mò ń bọ̀ láti Seattle mo ti sọrí lórí ètò tí n bá dẹ̀ ti ṣiṣẹ́ tí n bá ń bọ̀ tí n bá ń drive ó máa rẹ̀ mí ni kò sí gbogbo èèyàn ni and I'm not complaining on this faithful day This traffic so heavy, and I don't know what is even going on. But nígbà tí máa débẹ̀ more than 2 hours. Obìnrin kan walk ajá yẹn wá jánà mọ́ mọ́tò lẹ́nu lọ ó sá kúrò lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀. Mọ́tò dẹ̀ kọlù, ambulance wà ńbẹ̀. Mọ́tò panápaná firefighter wà ńbẹ̀. Mọ́tò ọlọ́pàá méjì ló wà ńbẹ̀. Mọ́tò méjì. Ẹ pààyàn, ilé ajó, àwọn èèyàn dédé dá lọ́nà, ọlọ́pàá gbégi sọ́nà, army gan wá everywhere. Why now? Bẹ́ẹ̀ lẹ́ni tó ń bọ̀ láti ìlú òyìnbó báyìí, ọlọ́pàá dẹ̀ dá lọ́nà. Gbogbo nǹkan wọ̀nyí dẹ̀ ń sọ wípé àwọn kan gbogbo ẹ̀ dátà wọ̀nyí gbogbo ẹ̀ ní Amẹ́ríkà ní lọ́wọ́. Tí Nàìjíríà bá jẹ́ ìlú nítòótọ́, why do loss? Why? Tó bá jẹ́ ìyẹn lẹ fẹ́ ṣe, kẹ́ devolve power. Oníkálukú ẹni tó bá fẹ́ sọ̀rọ̀ ẹ̀ dẹ́nà kọ́. You can imagine.
Take the Washington 161 North, Washington
Son!
167 South exit toward Milton, Tacoma.
Son said it on national television with Shenwoki Baloye.
Use the left lane to
That
take the Washington
when he was
161 North
coming
exit.
in the airport road, in the whole world,
Continue for
Malu
1.5
cow is
miles.
roaming everywhere. In the times of Buhari, cow is on the aircraft road. See why we are trying to paint Trump bad. I voted for him, and I followed my spirit. I've never regretted voting for that guy. And it is not because of Christian or no Christian. No, I don't care. One of the things that made me voted for him is this: that guy he doesn't behave like these other politicians. He will say it as this: hate here. Most of them in my own office. Mẹ́ta làwọn tí ò ní document wá já ọ́fíìsì mi. Ṣé èmi lẹ fẹ́ kínú ẹ̀ dùn? Ṣé ẹni ọ̀rẹ́ mi ọ̀rẹ́ tó dàbí ọmọ ìyá sí mi tí ọmọ ẹ̀ lọ sí school, ọkùnrin tó padà wálé tó sọ fún bàbá ẹ̀ ọmọ 30 years tó sọ pé obìnrin lòun.
In a quarter mile,
Ṣé ẹ pé
use the
nígbà
right
tí
lane
mi ò
to
kì
take the
í
Washington
ṣe
161
nígbà tí mi ò
North
kì í
ramp
ṣe
to
ẹranko,
Milton.
mi ò ṣe lórí burúkú tó ń bẹ̀rẹ̀ sùn. Kéèyàn máa sọ pé òun lóyún sínú kó dẹ̀ sọ pé òun lòún níra òun fẹ́ pa ọmọ yẹn dànù. Democrat bà ayé Áfíríkà jẹ́ débi tó dé yẹn. Democrat ló bà ayé wa jẹ́ débi tá a dé yẹn. Kó ní kálukú ká lọ sinmi
Use
ẹ̀dọ̀
the
ká
right
lọ
lane to
sinmi
take the
ara wa.
Washington 161 North ramp.
Ká lọ
Then use
sinmi
any
ara wa.
lane to turn
Wéré-wéré
right
tá à ń
onto
sọ yẹn.
Washington 161 North, North Meridian Avenue.
Wéré-wéré tá à ń sọ yẹn. Àwa la wà ń bí àwa la mọ nǹkan tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀. I am not saying that Trump is an angel.
The light. Use
But
any lane to turn right
But
onto
let me tell
Washington
you,
161 North, North Meridian Avenue.
all these stupid things that is going on all over the world, we know it is. We know what is going on.
Continue on Washington 161 North for 4 miles.
Wọ́n kàn fẹ́ máa pa èèyàn lọ anyway, wọ́n kàn fẹ́ máa ṣe bó ṣe wù wọ́n. And why? Tẹ̀yin political elite wa nílé tẹ́ fi sọ̀rọ̀ bí Ọlọ́run. Ìgbéraga yìí ti pọ̀ jù. Báwọn ọmọ jáde báyà tó fẹ́ protest, ẹ lọ fìbọn pa wọ́n. Ìgbà ayé Buhari ọba kan á jẹ tí. Ṣèmi pé this is a bad time to wá ṣe president. Bọ̀kọ́ náà gbọ́ràn sí irú àgbákòbá kó gbọ́ lẹ́nu. And I had a big advice and I want you to please send this message, cut it, send it out. I have a big advice for Egbon. Forget about these people, evil guys that surrounded you. Forget about it. Ṣé a rí lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ báyẹn Ẹ̀gbọ́n? Ibi ṣe sọ fún ẹ̀yin èèyàn mi, bí ṣe sọ fún yín. Mami Olúbùnmi ṣàlàáfíà lẹ́wà o. Mami Olúbùnmi ṣe sọ fún yín. wọ́n ti parí gbogbo strike, wọ́n ti lọ gbé fún Trump padà bọ́n ṣe fẹ́ strike Nàìjíríà. Àwọn sì ń jiyàn, wọ́n ń ṣèpàdé olórí burúkú, ìpàdé ẹbí náà ń ṣe. Wọ́n swift into action. Me ò support the kind of strike. I don't want it. I want collaboration to go into those camps to destroy those guys. And kọ́ńdà àwọn IDK camp yẹn ibi tó ti lé wọn kó dá wọn padà sí kọ́ńdà padà sí ìlú ẹ̀, kó padà síbi tó ti gbalẹ̀ lọ́wọ́ wọn, kó padà síbẹ̀. Then káwọn Fúlàní kó padà síbi tó ti wá. Ètò wà lóńdó, ètò wà lọ́wọ́, ètò wà ń bàjẹ́, everywhere nínú igbó yẹn kó padà. The devolve power. Ẹ̀gbọ́n mo ní advice ẹ lọ bá Ọbásanjọ́, lọ bá Ayọ̀kú, àwọn àgbààgbà kan wà tọ́lọ́run ti fi ilẹ̀ fún ẹ, lọ bá wọn. Ó gbé ètò tó yẹn kalẹ̀, ẹ dá sí, òun wá second time. Listen to this news. America ti parí iṣẹ́ wọn, wọ́n ń bọ̀ báyìí. Mami Olúbùnmi, ẹ gbọ́ news yìí.
Contingency plans for potential strikes on Nigeria. The New York Times reports that the U.S. Africa Command has drawn up and sent its options to the Department of War this week upon the request of Secretary Pete Hegseth. Arise News Chief of Correspondence Ferdinand Duroha reports has more.
The military intervention plan is drawn up by the U.S. Africa Command, also known as AFRICOM, a military unit Donald Trump had earlier threatened to dismantle as part of a Pentagon downsizing effort. It includes 3 options: heavy, medium, and light. The New York Times quotes the heavy option presented by the command as the most forceful military response that the U.S. could take against Nigeria. It involves sending an aircraft carrier group to the Gulf of Guinea, off the Nigerian coast, and using fighter jets or long-range bombers to strike targets deep inside northern Nigeria. For the medium option, the command suggests using drone strikes against identified military camps.
Bàbá mi Olúwọlé, mo kí yín o, ṣàlàáfíà lẹ wà sà. Eléyìí sú èèyàn báyìí o. Wọ́n ti parí iṣẹ́ o. Medium, light, and heavy. Mẹ́ta yẹn náà kọ wá sọ́dọ̀ Trump kan wá fi try. Èmi ò support kí kan wá torí ìgbẹ̀yìn ò kì í dáa. Tẹ́ ẹ bá dẹ̀ lọ sórí Twitter, tẹ́ lọ sórí online, tẹ́ lọ sórí Facebook, everywhere, nǹkan tí Nàìjíríà sọ ni pé kí Amẹ́ríkà máa bọ̀. Kí ló fà á? Ìgbéraga àwọn politician wa ti pọ̀ jù. Táwọn ọmọ ìbá jáde, ẹ fòkò, ẹ gbìbọn, ẹ gbẹ̀ṣẹ̀ lé wọn, ẹ pa wọ́n. A submit sovereignty fún yín. Gbogbo ìdílé kọ̀ọ̀kan wọ́n ti di kí láti ń pè, ìdílé kọ̀ọ̀kan ti di local government ara wọn. Wọ́n á ṣe iná, wọ́n á ṣe omi, wọ́n á ṣe ọ̀nà, wọ́n á tún ṣe security fún ara wọn. Wọ́n á tún wá iṣẹ́, tán bá wá iṣẹ́ yẹn tán lọ sóko, ẹ wá release Boko Haram, àwọn Fúlàní. Tá a bá kọ́lé, wọ́n á wá yọ géètì wa. Ṣé àparọ́ ni? Ṣé dandan ni kí odindi governor Bala kó máa sọ wípé kí Fúlàní kó wá kó máa bọ̀ ní everywhere? Tibọ́n. Wọ́n dẹ̀ ní ojúkorojú báyìí. Àwọn people dẹ̀ gbé ìbọn. Hundreds. Wọ́n dẹ̀ wà lórí ọ̀kadà. Wọ́n ń lọ fún wedding. Nothing happens. Nothing. Ẹ wá ń crucify Trump. Ṣé agbádùn ṣá? Torí wípé Trump ti sọ pé òun ò fún ẹ ní paper, ó wá ń criticize ẹ. Ẹ jọ̀ọ́, tí Trump bá ní kí n máa lọ sílé mi lónìí, tí ilé mi bá dáa, kí ni mo fẹ́ máa ṣe ń bí nínú òtútù? Tí ilé mi bá dáa, ṣé ó yẹ kí n kú òǹbẹ̀? Tí ilé mi bá dáa, ṣé ó yẹ kí n wà nípò tí mo wà? Kí n kú òǹbẹ̀? Ní ìgbà tí irú Tinubu yẹn, àwọn bàbá kan tán dàgbà, Ọbásanjọ́ àǹkò, tó bá ti wá sí London wọn ò ní dúró, wọ́n máa padà sílé ni. Iṣẹ́ á ti dúró dè wọ́n. Iṣẹ́ á ti dúró dè wọ́n. Kí ló dé now? Ẹ crucify Trump. Ẹ lọ wo orí Twitter, ẹ lọ wo everywhere. Ẹ lọ wo X. Everybody ní ká máa bọ̀. But bíbọ̀ tó ń bọ̀ báyìí, light, medium and heavy. Wọ́n ti ṣe tán, wọ́n ti gbé fún Trump ń sìn. Ẹ̀gbọ́n mi, ó ń bá wọn olórí burúkú, ó ń bá wọn ṣe meeting. Wọ́n ò fẹ́ràn ẹ̀gbọ́n, wọ́n ò fẹ́ràn ẹ. They don't like you. They don't like you. Go and meet Ayanku. Ó sì wà láyé, bàbá yẹn ò tí ì kú. Kó lọ in diplomatic way. Kó lọ in diplomatic way. Èló làwọn agbésùnmọ̀mí gan. Báyìí, ibi tọ́lọ̀ ti wá bà ayé wọn jẹ́ 12 governors. Orúkọ wọn wà ńbẹ̀. Ton list. Àwọn cleric bíi Sultan Sokoto, bíi kìnnìkan ìgbà kan Sultan wèrè. Nílẹ̀ mi ò mọ nǹkan tó ń ṣe device mi o. I don't know. Nǹkan tó wrong pẹ̀lú ẹ̀.
In a quarter mile, slight right onto 28th Avenue South.
Mi ò mọ nǹkan tó ń ṣe device. Ẹ jẹ́ kí n fi fọ́nrán kan hàn yín sà. Ẹ wá bínú ẹ̀yin èèyàn mi tẹ́ darapọ̀ mọ́ mi lánàá. I don't know what is going on. Ó dùn mí gan.
The light, slight right onto 28th Avenue South.
That Sharia is on our neck, and that is in the public space. 12 core northern states Sharia run. Now, can I ask you as I begin to close, which country in the world do you see two laws side by side running the country? Tell me any country in the world. The northern part is in penal code. The southern is ruled by criminal code. Two laws. And the only reason they have not pronounced Nigeria a Sharia nation, just one reason. They have not fully captured Southwest. And you have heard in the last few days, the Sharia fire in Southwest. Backed up from the Sultanate. An agenda is going on to Islamize this country. And it's not a hidden fact. To the outside world, Nigeria is a Muslim nation. Nigerian constitution is a Muslim constitution. Telling ourselves the truth, except we want to sleep. Please, I want it written down that God sent one of you to tell the truth. Whether we are going to be able to do it or not is left for us. But the truth is, except we put the sole of our feet in the governance of this nation, prayer is good. We continue to pray. Fasting is good. We continue to fast. Teaching moral is good. Let me just read this out to you. I have 1 minute, 36 seconds. Sharia is mentioned in Nigerian Constitution 73 times. Islam 28 times. Grand Qadi 54 times. Muslim 10 times. In the Nigerian Constitution of 1999, as amended, as they used to say, I've told you that constitution should be trashed. It's a lie. There is no single mention of Christ, no single mention of Christian, no single mention of Christianity, no single mention of church. Then I ask you, is Nigeria a secular state? Is Nigeria a secular state? Constitutionally, Nigeria is an Islamic state. They have told us we need, our educational system is Islamized. I remember the problem in Kwara. Some of us remember the problem in Kwara when Christian schools were taken over. And they asked the governor of Kwara State, you get to a school of 48 teachers, 40 are Muslims, only 8 are Christians. And those 8 are to teach BK. You get a church of 60 teachers, 55 are Muslims, only 5 are Christians. Then they asked the governor, is this fair? He said, I know it is not fair, but that was what I meant. That was what I meant. That's what is going on, sir. Please, let's wake up. This also we ought to do without leaving the others undone.
So, in Timo expect ki egbon mi o se devolution of power tá ń bá sọ yìí. Ṣé rí gbogbo àwọn tó ń di camp, APC, di camp, ó lè tán jà. Tán ti mọ̀ wípé ẹ̀gbọ́n á gbójú bẹ̀ torí second time. Ẹ̀gbọ́n ò ní the second time o. Mo sọ fún ẹ, mo wọ̀n ẹ, ọba kan máa ń jẹ. A rí president ní America tí ò kí ẹ̀ ń pa second time ò jẹ́ Kennedy náà gborúkọ ẹ̀ kò kàn ó. Ọkùnrin tó ṣẹ̀wọ̀n ní South Africa, Nelson Mandela, ó ṣe tó yẹ kó ṣe, wọ́n ní kó máa bọ̀ lẹ́ẹ̀kejì ní rárá. Kò kàn ó. Abiola win kò dépò president o ẹ̀gbọ́n mi. Tó bá devolve power ní ayé Nàìjíríà ò ní gbàgbé ẹ̀. Ó máa di òòṣà ni. Ó máa di òòṣà fún ilẹ̀ Nàìjíríà ni. Wọ́n máa bọ ẹ́ ni. Orúkọ rere ní ọjọ́ ọ̀la ó mọ̀ sàn jù. Ó mọ̀ sàn jù. Ṣé ẹ ò gbàgbé ọkùnrin ẹ̀yin èèyàn mi? Ẹ̀yin mọ́mì àti dádì mi tẹ́ wà pẹ̀lú mi, ikú ò ní wà pẹ̀lú yín. Inú mi dùn sí yín o. Bàbá mi wà sórí jìnnà dùn. Kò ní bàjẹ́ bàbá. Ṣé ẹ ò gbàgbé ọkùnrin?
Turn left onto the I-5 North ramp.
And the truth. And let me make some revelations, because some of us also have our own intelligence networks.
Okay.
Have met with some of the bandits. We have met with some of their high commanders. 1 or 2 who have repented. They have sat down with us, not once, not twice. They told us that one of the northern governors is the commander of Boko Haram in Nigeria. Boko Haram and the bandits are one and the same thing. They have a sophisticated network. During this lockdown, their planes were moving up and down as though there was no lockdown. Moving ammunitions, moving logistics, moving money, and distributing them in different parts of the country. They're already in the south, in the rainforest of the south. They're everywhere. They told us that when they finish these rural killings, they will move to phase 2. The phase 2 is they will go into the urban cities, going from house to house, killing prominent people. I can tell you, this is the game plan. By 2022, they want to start a civil war in Nigeria. Don't joke with what I'm saying. I have a PhD from Oxford University. I'm a central banker. We don't talk nonsense. So don't joke with what I'm telling you. I have this from the highest possible authority, higher authorities of some of the commanders of the killers and Boko Haram.
You said northern governors, past or present, Dr. Badaya?
No, current. No, they said one of them is the commander of Boko Haram in Nigeria. One of them. And they are not looking for money. They have more than enough money. In fact, he told me they just came back from and the truth. And let me make some revelations, because some of us also have.
It's not about ransom. They just want to pass a message. We can come in. We can do what we need to do. And there are some hardliners in this government that are sponsoring this kind of narratives. They just want to show that they can Islamize this country. They think about Taliban. They think about the Mujahideens. And they want to replicate it in this country. And they don't care what happened. They simply don't care, as long as
And of course, we will try more to.
China ti tackle America. China ti tackle America. Okay. Come on, stop. Baba Waziri Tinadu, wọ́n ti parí gbogbo nǹkan tó fẹ́ ṣe. Light, medium, and heavy. Èyí Nàìjíríà bá fẹ́ fọ́ mú bẹ̀. Wọ́n mú advice ẹ̀gbọ́n kó lọ sábà yẹn kú. Ọbásanjọ́ sì wà ń bẹ̀ bó sì jẹ́ èṣù tó yẹn. Ó sì ní wéètì nígbà àgbáyé o. Diplomatic way. Ìpàdé tó lọ ń kóra wọn ṣe àwọn olè tó kó tira wọn yẹn, wọn ò fẹ́ràn ẹ̀gbọ́n wọn ò fẹ́ràn ẹ. Irú bàlá yìí is working freely. Vice president yẹ tí ó mọ ẹ̀kọ́ pẹ̀lú àwọn tó máa mú. Tí ó mọ ẹ̀kọ́ pẹ̀lú àwọn tó máa mú. Yọ̀ọ̀kùn kúrò lọ́rùn ara ẹ. Bí kú bá fẹ́ pani tó bá fẹ́ pọ̀ ọmọ ẹni tí náà bá jẹ́ ọmọ ẹni lára. Yọ̀ọ̀kùn kúrò lọ́rùn ẹ ẹ̀gbọ́n ojú yọbọ́ lọ́wọ́ wọn. Àwọn tó ń bá ṣe meeting yẹn, they don't love you. They don't love you. Oh, mo ti gbọ́ o.
No, to cultivate that culture in our people, while at the same time bringing the Fulanis in one fold and try to arrest their traditional practice of moving from one place to the other. And that is very big, an uphill task. But I think we can communicate with them more, because to them they don't have borders from Cameroon to Nigeria.
But that's the thing, Excellency. How do we ensure that those who will be participating in this federal government largely funded program will be Nigerians?
In terms of the funding?
No, in terms of the
operations.
Operations. You said to bring in the Fulanis together. We have Fulanis from other countries.
The issue of misconception, I said there is a lot of mistrust and misconception with regards to the Fulani man. The Fulani man is a global or an African person. He moves from the Gambia, from Senegal, and his nationality is just a Fulani man. And as a person, I may have my relations in the Cameroon, but they are also Fulani men. I have relations because from the maternal side, I'm a Fulani man. And that is why we want to educate people. A Fulani man sees himself as a Bayelsan, as somebody coming from the Niger Delta, because he speaks the Niger Delta language, which you and I don't. And of course, we would have to just take this as part of our own heritage, something that is African, and that we cannot just close the border and say the Fulani man is just a Nigerian or this. No. In most cases, the crises are precipitated by those outside Nigeria. When there is a reprisal, it is not the Fulani man within Nigeria that causes it. It is that culture of getting revenge, which is embedded in the tradition of the Fulani man, that attracts reprisal from all over the world.
If I understand, does that mean that those Fulani men who are maybe domiciled in other countries, who move around, they can come into the country and this plan will accommodate them as well?
Yes, that's what we want to do. But it has to be done through sensitization, telling them you have to buy in the project, and you use the language, the culture itself to be able to convince them, away from the mistrust where the whole system of transhumance or pastoralism is criminalized. Criminalization of pastoralism is the problem that we have with this project, and it requires people with passion who understand them and who they believe in, people like us from that part of the country, to say yes, we have this. Because today there is no limit to the accusation that this and that has happened and it is the Fulani man who caused it. There is no tribe that is not that you don't have this criminality in, but certainly the way and manner we do it is really exacerbating the crisis and the problems.
Will there be any form of documentation of all the people that will be,
yes, we are
within that?
Oh yes, that is going to give Nigeria the opportunity to really.
APC Buhari báyé ìlú ìjẹ́ o. Fálànà ń sọ ní àná ní international airport Màlúù lórí Àbújá. Ṣé wọ́n kí Balóye ní National Assembly gan? So tó bá jẹ́ yìí la fẹ́ ṣe, tá ẹ̀ bá ti adjust ẹ̀gbọ́n o. Ẹ̀yin tẹ́ ń pa irọ́ orí burúkú, irọ́ tó máa ba ayé yín jẹ́, tẹ́ sọ pé kíní kan ò ṣe gbá kan owó kan. Ṣebí Láyà Mohammed lélẹ́yìí.
But in the wake of a renewed onslaught by tireless military against Boko Haram and their ISWAP allies in recent times, the insurgents have apparently changed their strategy. They have started targeting Christians and Christian villages for a specific reason, which is to trigger a religious war and throw the nation into chaos. Apparently, they have realized how emotive and divisive religion can be when exploited by unscrupulous persons. Lest I am misunderstood, let me repeat. The insurgents who delude themselves as Muslims, whereas they are nothing more than bloodthirsty, rapacious killers who subscribe to no religion, have recently started targeting Christians with a view to sowing the seed of confusion and discord between the two great religions. This is not to say that they have stopped attacking Muslims, but they seem to now have a deliberate policy of attacking Christians. The attack on a Christian village, Korangulu, near Chibok, the killing of the chairman of the Christian Association of Nigeria, the late Lawan Andimi, in Michigan local government in Adamawa State, the killing of Roville Dacia Dalep, a student who was also a member of the Church of Christ in Nations, cousin, and the killing of 11 Christians on Christmas Eve fit into this new strategy. But in the wake of a renewed onslaught by tireless military against Boko Haram and their ISWAP allies in recent times, the insurgents have apparently changed their strategy. They have started targeting Christians and Christian villages for a specific reason, which is to trigger a religious war and throw the nation into chaos.
Àdúrà tí mo jẹ́ ń gbà ní pé kí US kó wá mú Gumi ṣekún bí eléyìí kán mú. Ṣé rí àwọn tó ń ṣèkà yẹn nìkan lọ bá wa mú kán má invade ìlú wa. Àwọn tó dẹ̀ wà ní IDP camp kán dá wọn padà sí ibi tó ti lé wọn. Wọ́n ti lọ rename orúkọ ìlú wọn ní orúkọ Fúlàní. Kán dá olúkálùkù padà. They got devolve power. Let everybody guide themselves. Àwọn kan ní wọn narrative àwọn separatists ní àwọn IPOB ní IPOB wo nìyẹn. Má di ṣẹ́rí Daniel Buhala yẹn. Ó lè kú síbi táṣọ ẹ̀ wà ṣàmúmọ̀ yẹn. Ìyẹn dá mi lójú. Ìwọ ló dẹ̀ kọ́kọ́ ń tako Tinubu gba kòkòrò tó ń jẹ̀fọ́. Ìwọ ló ń tako Tinubu tẹ́ bá ti wá gbà appointment. Ẹ wá mọ ẹ ń fi ẹ̀mí àwọn aráàlú ẹ fi ń trade kó dáa. Kájọ ṣèlú yìí kó wà pa ló yẹ kájọ ronú ẹ̀. Eléyìí tẹ́ ń ṣe yóò ní pay anybody, kò lè pay kankan nù wá. Kò lè pay wá. Àlàáfíà ò lè sí ilé tẹ́ ń ṣe yìí. Bàbá mi Waziri Gumi yẹn. Ó ń trend lọ́wọ́ báyìí ní orí Twitter, Gumi. Ó ń trend lọ́wọ́ lórí X. Twitter tó di X. Kò tí apẹ́ kó tó kúrò lẹ́nu náà. So, ó ń trend búkúbúkú bàbá. Ẹ̀yin èèyàn wa ẹ jọ̀ọ́ nǹkan tẹ́ lè ṣe fún mi ni pé kẹ́ like fídíò ẹ bá send ẹ̀ jáde. Kò sí iṣẹ́ méjì. Ọ̀fẹ́ dẹ̀ ni. Ọ̀fẹ́ ni. Mi ò dẹ̀ fi gbowó. Láti ìgbà tá a ti yàn pé mi ò jẹ́ kó rẹ̀ mí ẹjọ́ ẹ encourage mi náà. Ẹ encourage ẹlòmíì gà wá kò tẹ́ ní subscribe kò tẹ́ ní share tó bá lè wo ṣàwọ́ ṣáà send ẹ̀ sí èèyàn náà. Ẹ jẹ́ káwọn èèyàn wò. Ẹ ń bá dẹ̀ fẹ́ ká gbé òun wá ká jọ fẹnu sí ọ̀rọ̀ tó wà nílẹ̀ ẹjọ́ ẹ send message sí mi lórí nọ́mbà. Ẹ jẹ́ ká jọ sọ̀rọ̀ ẹ jẹ́ ká jọ fẹnu sí kíní yìí. Tá a bá dákẹ́ tí wá bá wa dákẹ́ bàbá Waziri Jinadu. ẹ wá sórí program ẹ jẹ́ ká jọ fẹnu sọ̀rọ̀ yìí ẹ má jẹ́ ká dákẹ́ ìlú òyìnbó ń ṣèlú wa we are not belong here ó ti dàbọ̀ mo ti lọ o àtúnkà pàdé ọ̀dúndún yín ọmọ asọ̀dẹ̀dẹ̀rọ̀ mo máa padà wá o ẹni tó bá ní ẹ̀wà mi ò ní wá òòjọ́ tí ẹ tútù bá forí sàpàtà ẹwà ara rẹ̀ á bàjẹ́.